umbrella to its allies
you right
in that
there.
region.
Let's listen
Indeed,
into
there
this statement coming from the White House.
We had a small group national security meeting today with the President and the Vice President about the latest provocation on the Korean Peninsula. We have many military options, and the President wanted to be briefed on each one of them. We made clear that we have the ability to defend ourselves and our allies, South Korea and Japan, from any attack, and our commitments among the allies are ironclad. Any threat to the United States or its territories, including Guam, or our allies, will be met with a massive military response, a response both effective and overwhelming. Kim Jong-un should take heed of the United Nations Security Council's unified voice. All members unanimously agreed on the threat North Korea poses, and they remain unanimous in their commitment to the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Because we are not looking to the total annihilation of a country, namely North Korea. But as I said, we have many options to do so. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Secretary Mattis, do you believe they've got a...
As you guys just heard, Secretary Mattis taking the floor, explaining that while the U.S. does not want to annihilate North Korea, we have the military options to do so if need be. Guys, we've been wondering what the response would be from the White House, and this is a pretty strong response. They've chosen their words carefully here. It seems as though they still want Kim Jong-un to take a step back, be brought back to the civilized world. But Donald Trump, President Trump, was informed of the military options that we currently have to deal with North Korea. We've also heard that Trump is thinking about stopping all trade between countries that deal with North Korea. And if that was the case, that could make the situation even worse, because you've got countries like Russia, India, China, Thailand, the Philippines, all doing business with North Korea. It would start an even greater trade war between China, which end all be all could lead to a world war. North Korea in itself could lead to a world war, but when you start bringing trade and people's money into it, countries are going to get pretty pissed off. But at this current juncture, what we're seeing right now, guys, is military options have been prepped. They've been prepped. They're ready to go. They're waiting on Trump's word. I don't think we're going to see a military strike this week, not next week. I think this is something that it will happen when we least expect it. If Trump decides to strike North Korea, I think the new red line, and we've had to draw a couple red lines because North Korea just keeps crossing them, and it's not that the U.S. is backing down because they're weak. It's because if a war with North Korea broke out, millions would die. We're not kidding here. This is not a joke. Millions would die. So I believe the next red line most likely is if they fire a missile that looks like it's headed in Guam's direction, because most likely that's the next test they do with a missile. I feel like would be in the Guam direction over Japan. I think at that point that would be the red line where Trump says, you know what, we gotta do what we gotta do. The problem with a military strike, while a limited strike on some of their nuclear facilities, areas that we know that they have missiles, a limited strike would not work. It would have to be a complete and total strike, because they've got thousands upon thousands of artillery positions on the DMZ that would turn Seoul to ash in 10 to 15 minutes. Like I said, guys, you just heard Secretary Mattis. That was a pretty strong response. It was calculated. There were strong words, but also didn't leave the door closed for talks. they're still hoping North Korea can be brought to the table in some fashion. As I've stated in the past, guys, that's not going to happen, though. North Korea has stated multiple times, even if they were brought to the table, their missile program, their nuclear program would be off the just completely off. They wouldn't even talk about it, guys. You gotta wonder if, where South Korea and where Japan stands. I believe Japan, right now, they're debating in their government a preemptive strike themselves. So I think they're more likely to stand on a strike on North Korea than South Korea would. South Korea knows that they would take the brunt of the force. They've been pushing for dialogue, and dialogue is just something that's not going to occur. We're gonna get more information, guys, as more comes out. A very strong test last night by North Korea. 10 times stronger than their previous. 5 to 6 times stronger than the bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima. It's a scary world, guys. We're being pushed closer and closer to the deep state's agenda of world war. And if Trump starts cutting all trade to different countries like China and Russia, we're going to see that world war arrive a lot faster than we previously thought. As more information comes out, guys, we'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. We're here to inform you, not to tell you how you have to think, guys. Enjoy your Sunday, have a beer, say a couple prayers because we need it, and keep your eyes to the skies.